Okay, today we are going to be talking about phase change, and you're going to be doing a phase change lab virtually. So last class we talked about the different states of matter, a solid, a liquid, and a gas. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at what happens and how you can graph that using a phase change graph. Today you're going to learn about a phase change graph so you can explain what happens when thermal energy is added or taken away. I know I've got it when I can identify a phase change. This is what a phase change graph is, and at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to explain what's going on during these plateaus, and that you can tell whether energy is increasing or decreasing when a phase change occurs. Okay, in Google Classroom, you have these slides. Each column has an orange and yellow box, and you're going to click and slide the boxes over each of the phase or the states of matter. Matter can be in three states: solids, liquids, or gases. When you increase or decrease thermal energy, and it's highlighted because that will be on a quiz or a test. When the thermal energy is increased or decreased, matter can change phases. In your notebook, write phase change is when matter changes from one phase or state to another, like from a solid to a liquid. This is a phase change diagram. We can see how matter changes using a phase change diagram. You will learn on the graph where on the graph matter is a solid, liquid, or gas, and the different phase changes: melting, freezing, vaporization, and condensation. So we're going to open this link, and in Google Classroom, you're going to answer these questions. You're going to move or do these activities. Move the red circle to identify the state or phase of matter. Move the red circle to identify the temperature now. And then click on the play and observe the substance, the molecules inside, and the phase change diagram. So let's go to this link. And here is what we're going to look here, like what is the state of matter right now? And it says it's a solid. Here's the temperature, -50 degrees. And then there is the phase change graph. Sorry about that. So at our starting state is a solid, and we're going to look at the final state to a liquid. So we're going to click the play here, and we're going to see here's our temperature here on our y-axis. The heat in kilograms, joules is down here in our degrees. And here we can see what phase change it's going through. It started down here as a solid. Here it's melting. And then as it goes up here, it's showing it's in a liquid. And you can see the molecules are loose. It's taking the form of the glass. And if you look at the temperature has increased from -50 to 50, and then it's paused. So you're going to move those where you need to move them to. So also in Google Classroom, you're going to move the blue boxes next to the correct place on the phase change. So where was it a liquid? Where was it a solid? And where was it melting? And you're going to answer these questions. How much heat energy did we start with? What was the kilojoules? How much heat energy did we finish with? Did heat energy increase or decrease? And then look at these questions down here. When the line is flat, what is happening to the temperature? The phase change melting means what? So I'm having you do this in Google Classroom. But in your notebook, you need to draw the phase change graph, and you need to include the X and Y axis. And you need to label where the substance is a solid, a liquid, and where it's melting. Change the setting and to look like this. So you're going to click where it is a liquid. start as a liquid and then go to a gas. Again, you're going to move the red circle to identify the state or phase of matter, move where the temperature is now, and then you're going to click on the play to observe the phase change graph. So let me bring it up over here. Okay. Oops. Not sure if we're still going to be able to. So it started as a liquid. And we're going to go to a gas. I believe that's what I wanted it to do. It might be. And then you're going to hit play. And you're going to make the observations of the temperature. And you're going to look at what's going on in the phase change graph. It's starting as a liquid. As it climbs up, the temperature is increasing. Then here is the vaporization stage, and it stabilizes. The temperature is not going up. The temperature is staying at 100. And then once it's all a gas, the temperature would start to increase again. Which, by the way, that's why a steam burn is worse than a liquid burn, because the steam is a higher temperature. At any point, pause the video. Again, you're going to go in Google Classroom, place the blue boxes next to the correct place on the diagram. Answer the following questions. How much heat energy did we start with? How much heat energy did we finish with? Did the energy increase or decrease? Again, when the line is flat, what is happening to the substance? And the phase change vaporization means what? Again, in your notebook, you can use the same graph, label where the substance is vaporizing, and any other notes that you think would be pertinent. Okay, the last one, change the setting to look like this. You're going to start with a gas, and then you're going to move it to a liquid. Move the red circle to identify the state or phase of matter now. Move the red circle to the temperature, hit play, and observe the substance of the molecules inside and the phase change diagram. In Google Classroom, you will move the blue boxes next to the correct place on the phase change diagram. You'll place the red circles over what's the correct temperature. Again, when the line is flat, what is happening to the substance? And the phase change condensation means what? So I would draw a new phase change graph. Draw arrows showing the thermal energy is being removed. So again, thermal energy is important. Include the temperature, the time. Label where these occur: condensation, gas, and liquid. So what you see in the lab. Change the setting to go from liquid to a solid. Again, move the red circle to identify this phase of matter. Move the red circle to identify the temperature. Click on the play button. Observe the substance, the molecules inside, and the phase change diagram. Move the blue boxes next to the correct place on the phase change diagram. Again, answers the questions about heat, what's going on when the line is flat, and what does freezing mean? Okay, last part for you. Do you understand this? Move the red circle to identify if each phase change is increasing or decreasing in thermal energy or decreasing in thermal energy. So melting, freezing, condensation, vaporization or evaporation. Use a word bank, these words to fill out this slide. And I would make sure that you would do this in your notebook. We'll go over this together as a class. So again, look at the kind of heat that down here on the bottom on that graph, it's showing you that it's thermal energy. That's changing.